Hi, welcome to SW Box. I'm Neil, and today I've got Michael with me again.
Hey everybody.
Cool.
Thanks for letting me participate in your show, Neil.
No problem. Basically, we made a video last week about an iPad 3 ribbon cable, okay? This one here. As soon as we'd finished the video, the purchase manager came up to me and said, I've got this ribbon cable. I said, all right, what's it for? iPad 3. So, really? What's that one then? Anyway, she said she doesn't know which one is right or whether they're both used or anything. She's just said she's 80% sure that this is right. So, I thought we'd make a video and just try and rack our brains and find ideas on what we think it is. I know this one looks much similar to what they use in the iPad 2. It's identical, but it's too long, so it's obviously not for that. And this one will certainly do the same job. So, it might be that there's two iPads, a 7-inch and a larger one, or one of these products is wrong, it isn't for it. I don't know. What do you think, Michael?
It's like deja vu. We had the same problem last time.
Yeah.
And now it seems like the problem has doubled. Before it was deciding whether it was really for iPad, and now we have two competing cables, and we don't know, if both are for iPad 3 or one is and one isn't. One thing I didn't mention to you in our discussions recently, and I guess we can talk about it now, is that when you brought that issue to me, I had gone to our people and arranged a talk with the supplier for this cable.
Okay.
And also a very reliable supplier of ours. And it's funny how things are done in China. I could not say to this supplier, oh really, this is for iPad 3? But another supplier said that this is for iPad 3. You can't do that because it's all about saving face.
Yeah.
And for this supplier, he has to believe that we only deal with him, and we would never think about dealing with somebody else. When in fact, we have to deal with hundreds, approaching 1,000 suppliers to get the best prices, the best quality, things like that. Okay? So it was two different suppliers, two different versions for the iPad 3, and they look nothing alike, basically what you just said.
But they have exactly the same functions on. They must be for an iPad. That's one thing I'm 100% sure on. You need all of the switches and obviously the cable to connect it to the motherboard. You need all of that, and they've both got exactly the same, they're just in a different configuration.
Yeah.
So whether there is going to be like a small smart iPad and a new standard size iPad 3, so they bring out two potentially, it's possible that they could do that, or one of these is actually wrong.
Well, I think
or both are wrong, we don't know for certain. This is the other thing, we could be completely wrong, but
it's A, B, or C, as you said. Just to share some off-camera discussions that you and I had, again with the audience, is that for a couple of days, because we've been holding off on this for a couple of days, because we weren't sure how to make a video of this, because we felt really bad. Maybe we screwed up big, right? And I think yesterday we came to the conclusion that, hey, maybe we're onto something, because as most of you out there, you're probably following all the Apple rumors, and there are just so many rumors flying about. And allow me just to go over some of the stuff that's being talked about. If you read people like John Gruber from Daring Fireball, or that type of experts, there's talk of an iPad 3 that really isn't an iPad 3, but more like an iPad 2.5.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's also the talk of an iPad 3 that is high definition with the LG Retina display for really, really good quality. And Retina display, for those of you who don't know what it is, I mean, it's just, there's a sweet spot in terms of, I think it's after 300 dots per inch, around 300 dots per inch. I think it's 326 dots per inch. If you hold the screen about, I don't know, a foot away from your eyes, this technology, it's the best that the human eye can perceive, right? So supposedly they're going to be using this for the iPad 3 HD version. But, I mean, whoever you decide to believe or not believe, it seems that the word on the street is that there's possibly 2 versions, okay? And we were talking about this, and me and Neil were saying is that, yes, because this goes along with the rumors ever since the original iPad had come out, that there would be a smaller version, despite Steve Jobs saying, no, there won't be a smaller version, but that was a while ago. And I think you brought up a really good point, is that all these handheld products that Apple makes are starting to look very similar.
Yeah,
right?
they're all moulding.
Yeah, like, okay, it's true. If I'm going to make a phone call, I would rather use an iPhone because Wi-Fi calling sucks, right? But if you take out the calling features, all these handheld devices with their capacitive touchscreen, video playing ability, apps, Wi-Fi, 3G, they're all starting to look similar. And, you know, we are approaching the month of, you know, traditionally iPod Touch launches as well, or reiterations, and it's always seemed funny to me because the iPad and iPod, they might be cannibalizing one another in terms of sales, as making, obviously the iPad would make the iPod redundant. I mean, some people may disagree with me because the iPod, traditionally, this is my music library, this is where I keep my stuff, right? But having said that, they're all starting, as you pointed out so eloquently, they're all starting to be similar, but there's a problem, is that while the iPhone, currently the iPhone 4, is great, you really can't do serious work on a 4-inch screen.
No.
Right? Okay, on the other end of the spectrum, you have an iPad, 9.73-inch display. You can do work. I mean, if you're a blogger, you can have the keyboard set up. You can do some work. Definitely you can do some social media work on it. But it's not something that you can put into your suit jacket pocket or your, you know, back pocket of your jeans.
And you don't want it up against your ear either.
Yeah. You know, so it seems that there is room for something in the 6 to 7-inch segmentation of the market, and it's not us saying this, not just us saying this. I mean, Samsung Galaxy has said this as well with their tablet at the 7-inch. Having played around with the 7-inch, I think maybe a 6 would be a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, going back to what we were discussing at lunch in McDonald's this afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. One might be for a smaller version, one might be for the regular version, and also the fact is that we're getting news is that 2 factories are producing the parts.
Yeah. Definitely, and you know, in all of this, in honesty, we can sit here and we can say we don't know. We're not 100% sure, but our sources are reliable. They're always reliable. They haven't cheated us before. This is what's racking my brain. Why is there 2?
Yeah. And what we did promise you all is that we don't claim to have answers. We're certainly not Apple experts, but because of where we are, the hub of where all these Apple products are made, right? That the minute we had information, we would provide it. We don't know how good the information is, but we feel that it's of somewhat
definitely
alright quality.
I want to say I'm sure, but I can't. You know, that's the thing. So, end of the day, before we make the movie, let you see it, see what you think. It's more of a discussion, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it and see that we're trying to give information as well as good quality parts, really. Anyway, if you're interested, come to swbox.com. Thanks, guys. Bye.
See ya.